Hey, what's up? It's Dominic D'Angelo of AdFreeShows.com, SEScoops.com, and BrassRingMedia.com. Check it out. But you're checking us out here today on Rumor and Innuendo. And I'm here with Mr. Robert Karpos, WE Creative _ish. Robert, what a Tuesday we got. Oh, we got a lot on tap today.
We got a lot on tap today. We don't even have time to get into the fact that Dom is incredibly dark, like he's talking from a cave, and sounds muffled as if he's in an underwater cave. But instead, we're going to say hi to the fine folks joining us around the world, including E, who says, "What's up? Have you all read the Book of Sheen yet? The dude was unstoppable. Not even Michael Jordan could stop him. Got no clue." Willie Thornbrew says, "I'm so excited for the one time a year that I watch NXT." Dre Owen says, "Hello, RNI. We get Survivor Series on NXT tonight and Title Tuesday on the Dynamite."
Yeah, Robert. I mean, I don't even have it on the rundown, but NXT Showdown's going on tonight. And, it's something to kind of be a little excited about, I think.
Yeah, no, I'll definitely be watching NXT. Excited to catch that. Big show for them, this NXT TNA situation they got going on there. It's a lot of fun. Obviously, I'll wind up watching the Dynamite as well. But Dom, I don't know about you, but last night I watched the Raw.
I did too watch the Raw, and it was I liked it overall, Robert. I thought what you said about SmackDown in some ways reflected a lot of Raw.
Interesting. I had the exact opposite thought, so it is kind of funny that you felt that way. I found Raw to be a rudderless mess
Ooh,
of a
okay.
show, and I think a lot of it for me has to do with sort of two major issues going on with the fine folks over at my three issues. My networks. I keep reading about the women's division and that screeching, screaming. It's like they did it just to solely piss me off. let's do as much Kyrie and Asuka screaming and cowering. It's so weird.
I don't get it. I don't get it, Robert.
I don't enjoy it. I don't understand it. What I also don't understand is the main event picture on Raw.
Mm-hmm.
As best I can understand it, Roman Reigns, you've heard of him.
Yes.
Came back. He got in a feud with Bronson Reed. Bronson Reed squished him like a bug. He goes away.
Mm-hmm. Hospital.
Roman Reigns returns, gets involved in a feud with Bronson Reed. Now they're going to fight in an Australian street fight, which as I tweeted last night is just a game of knifey spoony.
They should have called it an Outback street fight. I would have liked that a lot more.
Yes, because any opportunity for Bronson Reed to get near a bloomin' onion.
Yes. Man, missed opportunity, Robert. But
it's a missed opportunity. But the Roman Reigns story is weird because it's like he's back to just feuding with Bronson Reed again. When I felt like we kind of already did this. And we were going to save it for War Games. And then we're like, well, what's Punk going to do when he comes back? And it's never a good sign when you're like an hour and a half into a show and they announce the main event.
That was kind of weird. I will say that, yes. I did not expect that to happen.
So now we're getting this world where LA Knight is a potential number one contender for the world title. We're getting this Jey Uso heel turn situation that I don't think anybody wants.
I'm kind of buying into it a little bit. I think Jay's doing a good job. And I do think WWE, if they are turning him heel, are setting it up in a pretty nice manner with the baby Roman or whatever they're calling him.
Yeah, he's little Roman.
Yeah,
which would be a segue to a Blue Chew ad, but we're too early in the show. You don't want that to come too soon.
Oh, hey now.
No, see, there it was. There's two of them. That was a solid hey now. That was a Jeffrey Tambor worthy hey now.
I've got a timber.
It was a little Larry Sanders showish, and I'm here for it. But what to me is so confusing is, Jey Uso's babyface run got over because the crowds just like Jey Uso. They like the whole persona. They like the entrance. They like the yeet. They like the merch. They like the audience participation. Are the matches stellar? No, but you know what? If you're an over enough babyface, you don't need 5-star matches. So instead, to switch it and have LA Knight kind of fit in that role, who is a lackluster Jey Uso who has in some ways worse matches than Jey, it seems odd. I just feel like there was still a lot of mileage left in Jey Uso's babyface run when they really hadn't minted a new top tier babyface in quite some time. It feels a little capricious, a little reckless on WWE's part to go ahead and do it. And we got that main event with the Usos versus CM Punk and LA Knight, where the crowd just didn't even know what the hell to do. And that was a white hot crowd in Dallas.
It really was. I mean, the reactions that so many of those talents got out there it really elevated the program, I think, in certain ways. But yeah, I can understand where you're coming from with that. I do think that if the WWE has confidence that maybe you can put that new kind of fresh baby face behind somebody like a Jimmy Uso in the situation, then it's not necessarily a bad move to maybe give Jay a heel run that he ultimately culminates with Roman Reigns. I'm not sure, Robert. What do you think of that?
I don't see Jimmy as being the better option for Jay. That
Mhm.
like, oh, let's replace one with the other. Because number one, I don't want to see a Jimmy versus Jay match again,
No,
and
I
I
don't know.
don't think that the solution to that was babyface Jimmy Uso.
Mhm. Well,
So that
I
that
don't
to
think.
me,
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
I was gonna say that to me is furthers kind of where it's like I don't know what we're building towards with the WWE's Raw brand.
Mhm.
And sometimes that's okay. You want to take the journey. I just don't think every stop along the way here has been particularly compelling. And the guy who's kind of languishing a little bit is Seth Rollins because it almost feels like you're teeing up a Seth Rollins babyface turn, but nobody wants to see a babyface Seth Rollins.
Not at this point.
The Paul Heyman's promo in the back of, if you don't win, did I back the wrong horse?
Mhm.
It seems too soon to be causing that kind of doubt with him in the vision. It's they're doing a lot of stuff just for the sake of doing a lot of stuff. It's kind of like the anti AEW where they don't do anything,
Yeah.
but instead you're getting too much and they're overcorrecting. And speaking of overcorrecting, can you stop with the Maxine? It's like you're like
Oh,
the
me.
champion of her fan club, dude.
I was a big fan of that match. I thought she did a great job, and wow, it was cool. It was the crowd. And speaking of hot crowd, the crowd was hot for that.
Yes, they really thought we were going to get a full on Barry Horowitz moment. Instead, we got the count out, and then on the internet. Have you heard of the internet, Dom?
Yeah, I think I'm aware of that presence.
Uh, yes. The number one trending topic was AJ Lee because that crowd was basically online going, "Where the hell is AJ? Why is she not on? That's who we want."
Yeah.
So the audience has spoken.
Yeah, it is peculiar that she's not there right now. But
There's nothing for her at the moment. I guess they don't want to make her have to fly all the way to Australia. And Wrestling All Head says I concur. Dom Maxine, there's something about her. There is, but it's not the most compelling story you can be telling right now. And I don't know that you're necessarily going to elevate her. The only scenario in which I could have seen this being an elevation would have been if you had AJ
Mhm.
interfere, cost Bailey the Intercontinental title or the women's, and now Maxine is suddenly this like fluke champion who keeps finding ways to win.
Yeah, I could see something like that, especially if you did put the title on her. I do think it gave her a moment in the spotlight, just it being her and Becky, and then you don't have a third person in the mix that kind of takes away from Maxine getting that spotlight. So, if that's what they decided to do, I was all right with the DQ finish. I thought it made it feel kind of special in a certain way because we didn't
It was a
expect,
count out.
huh?
It was a count out,
I didn't mind it. I liked it. It was
right?
different.
I was
It was different.
clarifying. It wasn't a DQ. It was a count out.
Oh, okay. Oh,
Te-
I didn't even know.
these things matter, Dom.
Yes, I didn't know.
What also apparently matters a lot of the Raw tag team titles, most coveted titles in all of professional grappling.
It was quite funny that it was AJ Styles backstage and Dom Mysterio and JD McDonough was like, "Why don't you come after the tag team titles?" And he was like, "Nah, let's have a 3-man tag instead."
Yeah. And it was fun, and it was a good way for them to let AJ cut a promo about the John Cena match, which I love that he's just like, "There's no story. We're just gonna go have a great match."
Right.
And somewhere Tony Khan was like, "I told you,
I knew it.
that's what we got to do."
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It made him like Mr. Burns all of a sudden. I don't
Yeah,
know
that
why.
was very Mr. Burns-esque. Hey, I did like the AJ Styles involvement, though. I think they did a good video package too with that and everything. I appreciate what they did last night with AJ.
I'm thrilled they appreciated it. Someone who probably wasn't appreciating Raw was Santos Escobar.
That's correct, Robert. Wow. Reports are that Santos is now a free agent. According to Sean Ross Sapp of Fightful, WWE sources have informed that Santos Escobar's contract is up very soon, and it doesn't appear he'll be staying with the company. And as a matter of fact, his contract expired last night at midnight. So I guess this morning. This would allow him to appear on AEW programming as soon as tomorrow if the two sides wish to work together. If you were AEW, Robert, would you bring Santos Escobar right in?
They have 7,000 people on their roster.
Mm-hmm.
And as much as I think Santos Escobar was talented, I'm surprised that AEW didn't, or that WWE started didn't get behind him. He feels like a guy who, quite frankly, might flourish in TNA.
It's true.
I don't know the terms of why he left. We hadn't seen him wrestle for quite a while. He had been sort of serving as the manager of Los Garzas. That whole kind of Legado del Fantasma storyline stable just fizzled out, which is a shame.
I love that stable too. I thought there was a lot of potential for that on the main roster.
It was a great look. It was a great group. I think part of it right now is there is sort of an embarrassment of riches, and we're seeing it with Penta and Phoenix struggling to get TV time.
It's true.
Santos Escobar, probably in a world in which WWE didn't buy a Mexican wrestling company, probably be in pretty good shape. But you have AAA. You kind of have your pick of people that are there. And if his contract was coming up and hey, we don't have anything for you. I saw some reports maybe he's going to go to CMLL, and maybe that's a gateway into doing something with AEW. But AEW just has a million people on their roster that they don't seem to do anything with.
I know that's the unfortunate thing. I mean, you look back like 3-4 years ago, if somebody became a free agent, there was a lot of intrigue of, hey, what will AEW do with them? But now we've kind of seen that dog and pony show of what happens to people that jump over from WWE to AEW. They get lost in that shuffle.
I mean, look, Andrade just did it a week ago. We still have to see where he is. I'm sure he's featured prominently on tonight's episode of Dynamite. In a main event. I mean, that's how you push a guy like that. You put him right into a main event spot. So I'm excited what they've got for Andrade. But it also becomes problematic because you don't want to continue to create this idea of we want WWE scraps.
Right.
WWE can cheat a little bit in that they have NXT, so they can go ahead and sign people. You can go get Ethan Page.
Mm-hmm.
You can go get Ricky Starks.
Yep.
You can get Blake Monroe. Is that what they call her in NXT?
Yeah, I think that's what they call her. Yes.
And you can just kind of warehouse them a little bit in NXT, see what they're able to do, and then bring them up. If AEW was building Ring of Honor and actually making it a strong brand, then yeah, you could bring a dude like Santos Escobar in, put him in Ring of Honor, you're off to the races.
Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, that is reflective of what opportunities AEW has missed out on in regards to how to make their talent feel important and how to make their brands feel important too.
I mean, at this point, AEW it's a good concept that needs a lot of work, kind of like Dom's mic. If we're being honest, right? Yeah, you are. Is
it struggling? I have it like right in front of my face.
I know you're popping like crazy. Wow. I mean, and not in the good way.
Uh-oh.
Not in the way that that we're hopefully tonight going to hear during a special Tuesday episode of Dynamite. They are in beautiful Jacksonville, Florida, home of the Jacksonville Jaguars, who pulled off a hell of a win last night. Unfortunately, I enjoy seeing Trevor Lawrence fail. It's the hair. The hair is just stupid. But
he's got the wave.
And look, I got nothing. The Dolphins' utter collapse on Sunday was astonishing. Hey, at least my Gators they made it happen against Texas. And the question is, will Kyle Fletcher make it happen against Kyle O'Reilly?
Oh my God! I need.
Dear Lord, I'm just looking at the card now.
That's the match.
It's Kyle Fletcher versus Kyle O'Reilly. where I'm so
Take your time.
I'm gonna get there. When Kyle Fletcher, I kept wanting to make sure to say Kyle Fletcher, not Kyle O'Reilly, and then I messed up. When Kyle Fletcher won the TNT title, what it felt like we were going to be getting was week after week of great matches with him to elevate this guy.
Yeah.
Instead, they immediately put him into the world title picture, and then he lost. And now we're starting to do week after week of big matches with him. Do I think Kyle O'Reilly is going to have a great match with Kyle Fletcher? Yes. Am I excited about this match? Not particularly. I get it's the conglomeration. I get it's like we need to get to Mark Briscoe. That's where this feels like it's inevitably going to wind up in Wrestle Dream, which is like next weekend, right? I think it's next weekend.
I thought it was in November. Isn't it November?
I thought it was next weekend.
I thought it was like November 12th, Robert.
Hold on.
Wrestle Dream.
Let's go to the map. October 18th.
Oh, never mind. Wow, you are right.
Man, I'm glad you're the producer of this show and you get all the notes. I guess that's where we're ultimately going with this. We're just going to keep feeding members of the conglomeration to Fletcher, and I get they're trying to do this Title Tuesday thing. The challenge that you'd run into is the show is not on Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
You need that inertia. You need that way to remind people, hey, it's on a different night. You got to make sure you tune in. And if I'm telling you, like, hey, good news, you can either see this big TNA NXT match or Kyle Fletcher, Kyle O'Reilly. And unless you're Scott Chaplin, I'm pretty sure I know where you're going to wind up watching. There's also Orange Cassidy versus Pac.
The time is nigh for that, Robert.
Well, Pac's got a new haircut. So
is that the most talked about aspect of this match? I kind of think it is.
It's pretty exciting. Not gonna lie. Mercedes Moné versus, I hope you guys are sitting down for this, TBA.
Ooh, my favorite.
She's be wrestling someone from Florida.
Somebody from Florida.
I know a lot of talented women who compete in Florida. Mm-hmm. I don't know anyone that jumps out at me as being the definitive like Florida woman, which I know now you're picturing like an alligator in a tank top. But if I'm them, I would have probably just announced the big match.
Right. Just get a match.
Just, hey, it's Mercedes versus whoever.
Queen Amanada?
Don't try to say that name again. That sounded
Queen
weird.
Amanada?
The street fight we're getting is the Demand versus the Hurt Syndicate, which should be a lot of fun. It's probably an opportunity for the Hurt Syndicate to get their win back since the Demand won. And then the follow-up was we're still looking for it. Yes, we're still looking for it. I still maintain Ricochet should have been the guy to go after Hangman Adam Page for Wrestle Dream. You could have told the exact same kind of story here. Got a couple weeks of mileage out of it. Instead, we'll be seeing a Samoa Joe Hangman face-off.
Ooh, yes. I mean, I love the face-offs, Robert. Almost as much as the Eliminator matches.
It's a good opportunity for Joe to tell the story. Face-off is literally just Tony being like, guys, you figure it out.
You're right. You handle it. Hey, Robert, are you excited for Moxley versus Tomohiro Ishii?
I don't even have the energy to fake the excitement for it. They've taken a lot of these guys that they bring in from other companies, and they've overused them so much that their returns don't really mean anything. They don't really mean much, and then they interchange them as being baby faces and heels, kind of depending on whatever the hell's going on.
Right. This just feels like, hey, Moxley, pick your match this week. Who do you want to fight? Let's go with Ishii. That's what it feels like.
I am excited for this. I don't know what the rules of a double Jeopardy eliminator fight are. I believe the points are worth double.
Yes, of course.
My guess would be, I'm going to take a stab in the dark here. It's Brodito versus Okada and Takeshita. If Brodito wins, one of them gets a shot at Okada, and if Okada and Takeshita win, they get a shot at the tag titles.
That's a good guess, Robert. I think you're right.
I think the problem with eliminator matches, obviously, is you're giving the match away.
Mm-hmm.
So if they win, you're going to get to see the match again.
It's lazy booking at its finest.
It is, but these guys are absolutely going to tear it up. Like, if you're going to give me lazy booking in matches like this, I will take lazy booking. Oh, good. Speaking of lazy booking, we're going to see Jurassic Express in action.
Are they fighting TBA too?
I don't know if they had the money to be able to book TBA too.
Wow, yeah.
They're on a very fixed income.
A fixed income.
My Uncle Leo right there. We'll see what they wind up doing. I mean, they used Blake Christian last week.
Oh my God, what an enthralling tandem that is that we were so well aware of.
I was starting to get used to seeing Beast Mortos every week. I do miss Beast Mortos.
What the heck? Yeah, what the heck happened to him?
But then there's still lots of stuff. I mean, look, we got to find out what happened with Hologram's clonogram. Kwang. It's really
awful?
just Al Snow.
It's just awful.
It's not. Tony's trying to tell a story.
From what he came up with in 7th grade, I think.
That's most of what they do. It also is weird that like Eddie Kingston came back and now only exists on Collision.
Yeah, that's awful too. Like he's one of the biggest fan favorites there is out there in AEW. And
but at least we're going to see this big follow up from this Christian and FTR thing, right? That's
yeah.
Wait, that's not on the preview either.
That's
no Andrade, no Kenny. They really need a brand split. We've said this ad nauseum, but it's like if you have who to focus on one show and who to focus on the other show, then we know. And it's not your audience's fault that Collision has been so deprioritized by AEW that it is an incredibly skippable show.
Yeah, it is. It's a completely forgivable show.
Anytime that it's not, it's like a random, like, wait, when did this happen? Oh, it happened on a Collision. Oh. And even that is not enough for someone to be like, but now I got to go out of my way to go watch Collision.
Yes.
It's unfortunate because you have 4 hours of prime TV time. You should be making the most of it. You have a killer roster. They absolutely have a murderer's row.
They do.
And I think that NXT is going to eat their lunch tonight.
Oh, they got it. Like, the simple fact of like it's TNA really, and like it's a battle like between two brands. That's intriguing in itself. What else was gonna? Oh, did you know, Robert? Little fun fact about tonight's Dynamite. It's 2.5 hours.
I had no idea it was 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
But then again, I don't watch Dynamite live. I DVR it. Raw is the only thing I'll sit and try to watch actually live.
Yeah, I usually don't watch anything live now I think about it. Pay-per-views, pay always.
Yeah, well, I'll be watching Crown Jewel live on Saturday because I think that's like an 8 o'clock start time, 8 a.m.
It is 8 o'clock.
That's chef's kiss for me right there. That's prime time viewing for me.
Do you like Raw being 8 a.m. as well?
No, because I'm working.
Yeah,
a little tough to take 2.5 hours off in the morning to do that. But I can take my lunch break to do this, which we do here every Monday through Friday, noon Eastern, plethora of platforms, 1.5 working microphones.
That's right.
You can catch us on the WWE Creative _ISH X account, the @Dominic D'Angelo X account, the @SC Scoops X account, and on YouTube on Rumor and Innuendo and ad-free shows, and an audio form coming out of both ears.
Yes, I figured it out.
Numerous messages all over the place. Emails, Slacks, Facebook posts. I only hear out of one ear.
Not no more, anyone.
It's been fixed just in time to hear Dom's terrible audio in 2 ears. You're still in Scott Chaplin's gimmick. That's what I love. But if you like hearing Scott Chaplin and his terrible audio, you can catch out Working Stiff every Thursday. It usually drops. It dropped Friday this past week due to scheduling. And we talked a little Taylor Swift. And then on the Patreon for that, we talked a little bit more Taylor Swift. It's come up a lot in my life of late, Dom.
Big wrestling fan, Taylor Swift.
She's a big Jeff Jarrett fan, so not a wrestling fan. But on behalf of the best sounding producer in all of wrestling podcasting, Mr. Dominic D'Angelo, I'm Robert Karpolis. Best of luck in your future endeavors.
I got a case of the mono, not stereo.